Hi dolls, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited to show you this new brand that I am trying out. It is called Araceli. My cousin Monique, shout out to you girl. She introduced me to this brand and she sent me this Jalisco eye palette. The packaging is super freaking cute. Look at the colors. And the names, oh my god. Horchata, sombrero, tequila, amor, corazón, and café. So brilliant. So cute. And it is Latina owned by Araceli herself. Take a look at that. Isn't she a babe? And when you receive her stuff, it comes in this cute little makeup bag. And she also sends these cute stickers. Ugh, really? So freaking cute. This is like so brilliant. I'm like obsessed. Also, I bought the Catherine lashes, which are these that I have on. These are actually her new ones that just launched, and the package looks like that. And then I also got Mexico City. Those are what those look like. I'm super excited to try those, by the way. But yeah, I'm so excited. Like, this palette is so pretty, so pigmented, and it's travel size, so you can take it anywhere you go. Look, I mean, look how small it is. So I can appreciate that because all my other palettes are like really big and I can't even put them in my makeup bag. So I really do appreciate that. Thanks girl for looking out. But yeah, without further ado, if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Alright guys, so I have already primed my face and I've done my eyebrows off camera using the Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills in shade medium brown. And then I went ahead and primed my eyelids as well using the P. Louise in shade 2. Now to get started, I'm going to dip into Corazon with my e.l.f. blending eye brush. And I'm just going to start on the outer corner and I'm just going to pack that shade onto the lid. Not doing any swoosh motions, just packing that on. We're going to want to get it pretty dark on the crease in the outer corner. That way whenever we go and cut it, it looks real sharp. Y'all, I just drank a Bang and I'm a little bit hyper, to say the least. This is such a pretty color. It's kind of like a burgundy, I would say. So we're just going to keep packing on that shade into the crease. Like I said, just pressing it in. I want to get that crease nice and dark. And this color is going on really nicely actually. It's very pigmented, so you don't need to put like a whole lot on your brush. I'm dragging it into the inner corner just a little bit. Okay, so whenever we're done packing on that shade onto our lid, we are not gonna leave it like that. Y'all already know the deal. We got to blend that out. So I'm gonna go in with my Morphe M431 brush and dip into sombrero and then just start blending that out. I know some people would be done at this step, but yeah, no. Blend it out, girl. And the blending out process is what's gonna take probably the longest, just because you want everything to look all blended into one another and you don't want any sharp lines. And we're just gonna do circular motions, that way we can blend those two colors together. Y'all remember like back in the day, I used to just like stop and not blend it out, but honey, the growth. Now we're gonna go in with our Morphe M456 brush, and it's kind of like it's just like a crease brush, and we are just going to blend out a little bit more, not applying any product to the brush. You're just gonna go and diffuse that color, blending it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna dip into Corazon, which is that red shade, and just start blending it out a little bit more on the outside. That way whenever we go in and we cut it, it looks like a real sharp line. All right, so whenever we're done blending that out, we're gonna go in with our Morphe M416 brush. It's just a very small angle brush. And we're gonna dip into Café and just start smoking out the outer corner. We want that to be nice and smoky. All right, and we're gonna start bringing up that shade into the crease. Don't go any higher, just stay in that crease. Okay, so now to cut our crease, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Fair Warm. And I'm just gonna put that on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna go in with my Spectrum A16 brush. And this is what we're going to use to cut our crease. So I'm just gonna start at the front. The only thing that I hate about cutting my crease is that I have a hooded eye, so I gotta work a little bit faster. That way I can set it so it doesn't get up top. And just pat the product onto the lid. If you need to step back for a little bit, just to look at both of them to make sure they're even. Now we're gonna dip into Horchata with a small flathead brush and set the lid. Just packing that shade on. Okay, so now that we're done with setting that, we're going to go in with the round brush, the e.l.f. blending eye brush that we used earlier to pack on that red. And we're gonna dip back into Corazon and just put it on the outer corner. We're wanting to blend out this right here where the concealer ends. And just press that red onto the lid. Make sure it's nice and blended, that way it can look more like a ombre effect. So it'll be like the cream color, then it'll go into the red and then to the darker brown black shade. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna go in with that small M416 brush and dip into Café, and then just blending that in, smoking out the outer corner just a little bit more. I'm also going to go into that crease, and this is just gonna enhance that cut that we did. Now you don't wanna go into the cream color, you wanna stay right on top. Yo, I'm like for real holding my breath. Make sure it's nice and blended. Okay, so now I'm going to dip into Tequila with my Morphe M41 brush. And I'm just going to put that shade onto my brow bone. It's a really pretty shimmery color. Perfect for the brow bone. And the inner corner as well. Yes. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our Huda Beauty eyeliner. One side is like a little, like a pen. And then the other side is the liquid. And I'm just gonna go ahead and get the waterline. And I really like doing this step so that whenever I apply my lashes, you can't see the separation of the waterline and the lashes. It just all blends together. Now I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. I'm gonna start on the inner corner, not going too far in, but just enough. Staying as close as I can to the waterline. And I don't like my line too thick just because I have hooded eyes and it tends to take over my whole eyelid when I make it thick. So I try to make it as thin as possible. So before doing the wing, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the corner of the eye. I'm just getting a makeup wipe, using my nail to make a sharp line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a wing. Now for foundation, obviously you guys know what I'm probably gonna use. My Born This Way in light beige. And I'm going to be using my Spectrum B01 brush. It's just a flathead brush. Just blend that out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and highlight using my 16-hour camo concealer, and it's by e.l.f. It's shade Medium Sand. So gonna do the middle of bottom of the forehead, down the nose, over the lip, chin. Now the side of the nose, I'm going a little bit higher. Drag that down all the way over. This is a full coverage matte concealer. You want to be really careful whenever you're going over there where that wing is. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender and just blend everything out. Remember to get between the eyebrows, that way we can make those look a little bit more ombre in the inside. And with this concealer, you want to make sure you blend it out pretty quickly because it dries really fast. But the other one, the hydrating one, doesn't dry fast at all, so that one you can use a little bit slower. I would say these are like my favorite concealers, but my top favorite would be the NARS concealer. It's just a beautiful finish and it has a lot of coverage as well. Okay, so before she creases up under the eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and set it. I'm just gonna get a brush, dip it into my Huda Beauty translucent powder and just press that in. And with this concealer, I do not bake just because it's pretty matte, so there's actually no need to bake with this unless you're like super duper oily. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour using my e.l.f. palette. It's a cream palette, and I'm going to be dipping into this shade right here using my Spectrum A02 brush. Just gonna go around the perimeter, pressing that in. And what's y'all's favorite bronzer? Do you guys like contouring with like a cream bronzer or more of a powder bronzer? And y'all know I like to do both. I'm just getting that nice and snatched. My last video, I actually skipped this step and it just felt so weird because I literally do this every time I do makeup, is the cream contour. But my last video, I didn't, and it just, I don't know. Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and set my face using my Huda Beauty translucent powder in shade Pound Cake. And I also bronzed the rest of my face using my Anastasia Beverly Hills in shade Saddle. And if you guys want to learn how I set my face and how I bronze my face using powder, I will put a link up top, that way you guys can go back and watch. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on my blush using my Milani Baked Blush in shade 02 Rose Dioro. And I'm going to be using my Spectrum C04 brush. I'm going to smile and sweep it all the way back. Literally my favorite blush. Oh, so pretty. It has like shimmer in it, so it like just stands out a lot. You guys know what time it is. It is setting time. So I am going to be using my L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist to set the rest of my makeup. As I told you guys before, this step is important so that the rest of your face doesn't look all cakey and powdery. Put a generous amount. So am I the only extra person who does this, or do y'all use fans too to set your setting spray? The highlighter I'm going to be using today is my Maybelline Master Chrome. This is an old highlighter, but it's really pretty, so we're going to use that today. And I'm going to be using my Spectrum A04 brush. It's just a little angle brush. So the higher points of the cheekbones and dragging that down. Y'all look at that. Yes, I'm getting the side, forehead. Alright, and the lip, targeting that Cupid's bow. Now for the nose, I'm just going to be using my finger just because I feel like it makes it look a little bit thinner versus the wider brush. And I'm just going to go in the middle and then just the tip. Yep, just the tip. Oh my god, that's so pretty. Now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to go ahead and dip into Corazon using my Spectrum A13 brush. start on the outer corner and dragging that in. And you know what? I'm just gonna go all the way. Remember, every time you're applying, you want to start on the outside and then drag it in. All right, so now we are going to dip into cafe using our Morphe M416 brush. Start on the outside and staying as close as we can to the waterline. And I like to connect it with that outer corner where the wing is. That way it just all ties in together. Then going back in with that brush we used for the red and just kind of blending them two together. Now I'm gonna get my Huda Beauty eyeliner and I'm just gonna go along the waterline. And when I put eyeliner on, it really enhances my brown eyes. I feel like it just makes them stand out a lot more. Mira. Just smudge out with that brush. Now I'm gonna dip into tequila with my Spectrum A12 brush. And I'm just gonna get the inner corner, pressing that in. And I also thought about putting this shade right here where that cream color is at, but I was like, nah. Either way, it still would have been pretty though. So y'all, I just spent like a good hour looking for my eyelash glue and my tweezers. Needless to say, I didn't find them, so I think somebody broke into my house and stole them because I can't find them. So until I find them, then that's gonna be the story. Somebody broke into my house while we were asleep and stole my eyelash glue and my tweezers. But can we take a second to appreciate these lashes? Oh my God, look at these lashes. These are the new Araceli lashes. They are called Catherine and they are just giving me all sorts of life. Now let's just go ahead and move on to lips. I'm gonna be using my KKW and Mario lip liner. Now for the center, I'm gonna go in with He's a Mixer by KKW and Mario as well. And giving it an ombre effect. I'm just gonna go in the center and just pressing that in. Now I'm gonna go in with my NYX Glam Lip Gloss in shade Stone Foxy. And this is like a really pretty nude color. Alright guys, this is the final look. I'll give you one more second to appreciate these lashes one more time. Yeah. Anywho, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go like. Also, you already know, go subscribe, turn on your notifications. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Also, go ahead and comment down below. If you're not already following Araceli, please go do that. I promise you, her products are amazing, as you can tell. And without further ado, I will see you in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed.